Well, in today's video, we have Adam and Scott Miller taking you a tour through Texas. And stop one is Murray Custom Rods. Unfortunately, Kyle and I couldn't attend the show, so we have Adam and Scott taking you for a walk today.
What's going on? We're here in Dallas, Texas. We got in last night. Probably like, what time did we get in, Dad? Like, probably like 10 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock. The weather was great until we got into Texas, and it is like freezing here. I would go outside, but it's like blowing so hard we can't even stand out there and talk, and it's like 10 degrees. So we're here for the good guys. And you're probably wondering why you're seeing me and him instead of Kyle and Kevin. But they couldn't make it, so they sent us a camera and said, try to look as not stupid as possible, and that's what we're doing. So we're gonna be taking y'all around the Good Guys show this week. We've actually got something planned later this evening. I don't think we're gonna make it to the show today because it's supposed to snow or something. So we're gonna take y'all to a hot rod shop. We're gonna go to the Murray's hot rod shop and check it out. So
More to come.
More to come. Stay tuned. We'll see you later. We got Dad's car under the cover because he's got a roadster and me and Chris have coupes. There's my car. Loved driving that thing down there yesterday. Ran great. Really happy with how it drove. Here's a shot of Chris's car with the new wheels on it. New wheels and tires are looking super cool. So, but yeah, we're gonna get in. Actually, we're gonna get in Chris's car. We're actually gonna drive around today in that. Try to stay a little warm, but till then, we'll see you at the hot rod shop.
For everybody on Instagram, CF Designs, that's who you want to follow. Adam had a little chip in his hood here, and Chris is going to put a little stripe on it and fix it. So Instagram, CF Designs, he's the man.
So here we are. We just got to Murray's Custom Rods. I'm gonna be honest, I've got a little sneak peek of what's going on inside, and it's pretty cool stuff what's going on. So let's go ahead and take a walk inside and see what we got going on.
All right, we're here at Murray's Custom. Kevin couldn't be with us, so we've got Adam, our roaming reporter, behind the camera, and we're here with Joe Carter at Murray's, and thanks to Heath for allowing us to come in and do a little shop tour. We'll ask Joel to kind of go over some things, how long they've been in business, kind of what kind of cars they're doing. We'll do a little shop tour and kind of go through some of that stuff. Behind us is the blue 32 that we've all come accustomed to seeing.
Hot Rod of the Year for 2021.
Yeah. Hot Rod of the Year for 2021. This car's been around. Super nice car.
Got the Johnson rod shop pedal assembly in there, but you fully polished out.
So Joel, take us through kind of how long Murray's been in business and what y'all do and kind of the customers that y'all deal with on a day-to-day basis and kind of what your day-to-day stuff is.
Well, Heath started this in 2006 at a smaller shop right down the street, so literally a half a block from here. We've been in this building 11 years now, kind of have split it up to keep painted cars on this side, fabrication there. Primarily, I'd say we're known for the fabrication work, lots of sheet metal, chops, channels, and all the cool stuff. I guess when I started here, a lot more cars from the 30s, and they come in waves. We wind up with a lot of tri-5s at one point. Everything seems to come in threes. You wind up with Corvettes. When we did the 32, we were also doing a Bonneville chop on a 34. We did a 34 Roadster at the same time that just left actually last week. So it seems like things come in phases as the popularity changes. You know, we know that this car got a lot of love for what it is, but at some shows, the open wheel cars aren't doing what they used to compared to late 70s muscle, C10s, that kind of stuff. So when we get to the other side, I'll show you some of the projects we have going in those categories. But on this side, we'll start with some of our pro touring stuff that's kind of closer to completion.
So Joe, y'all not only build custom hot rods and all kinds of other projects, but y'all do repairs too, and just some
We
other...
don't do general maintenance. We'll do repairs on, like this one was brought in, it's been to 3 other shops to have the steering corrected. And it still wasn't done correctly. So it's here as a last resort. The guy drove 3 hours in here to bring it to us. Another one just left from Oklahoma, same kind of thing. Rear suspension was set up, 3 different shops looked at it, couldn't get it right. So in between the larger jobs to keep our mechanical and assembly staff working, we'll bring in things like this just so they can hop around. We can only fit about 24 cars in here. So a couple of these are longer term projects. The Camaro that was here just left for upholstery. This one we're just doing bumpers and balance now, although all the rest of the sheet metal we did as well. And then this one's kind of a smaller job here for that correction. That's a prototype for one of our suspension kits. We already do 58 to 61 Cadillac Impala. We're doing now the 64 to 8. So some of the stuff is already out at laser. It's been prototyped on our plasma, and we're waiting for the front control arms to come back from the laser cutter so we can TIG weld them up. That Lincoln in the corner, same. It's got one of our most popular kits on it. That's our 61 to 70 Lincoln kit. Lays those cars on the pinch welds. That one's also getting an LSX. So, and about 75% of them do. When they come in here, we wind up putting a Coyote, an LS, something in there better than the old MEL engine. But our suspension kits are definitely, we have a lot of cars on our list for our suspension components.
So Joe, you were talking about metalwork. This is just some of the ideas and some of the examples that y'all do here in the shop.
It is. This car is being wired right now, so this console isn't really sitting where it does. And that'll sit down there. Everything in this car runs off an LCD touchscreen. Has LCD gauges that, of course, will show a picture of the car itself with the door open as the door opens and all that. The Vintage Air AC runs off the LCD touchscreen, as does the Dominator engine management system. It's got a flex fuel sensor, so that when you leave the track full of ethanol, throw some gasoline in it, the computer will figure out what you've done, adjust the tune accordingly so you don't burn anything up. Motor's supposed to be about 950 on gas, about 1350 on ethanol. It's a LS7, it's been worked, it's got a big Kenny Bell supercharger. This car ought to be a real street machine.
Wow.
So this car is pretty Texas famous. It's a 58 Impala built by Lee Pratt. It was static dropped when we got it. We put air ride on it, did some other mechanical stuff, and then sent the 348 out to 409 Chevy Performance, had them completely go through the block. They swapped out the crank, swapped out the intake, try to get a little more power out of it. The owner wants it to be a little more drivable. He wants to use it just about on a daily basis down in Austin. So the motor's actually on its way back to us right now. Hopefully it'll show up beginning of next week. But really a cool car. He considered LS swapping it, and we said we won't do something as sacrilegious as that. We're not pulling a 348 out and putting an LS in.
So we're just finishing up here in the paint and finish part of the shop. We're getting ready to turn over and go into the more fabrication part. So far these guys have been super great. Joel, the guy that's taking us through the shop right now, he's super knowledgeable about all the stuff that's being built, that's coming in and going out. So we're gonna head on over into the fabrication part and see if we can't get some more cool footage.
All right, Joe, y'all also do a lot of fab in here and stuff, so this is kind of where we do some fab, and Joel will tell you about what they do.
We primarily do fab work. This is really our bread and butter work. This is just some of our heavier equipment. Got a 14-foot shear, 80-ton press brake. got a Yoder behind him, got a Pullmax, you know, a little English wheel. I mean, basic equipment. We have brakes kind of scattered through the shop, just, you know. Machining area over there. We've got our 5-axis CNC, plasma table, mill, lathe, all the good stuff. But this is really what this shop was built on, is metal products. Custom hood to actually fit over that motor.
This is Anthony. He does a lot of the CAD designing and stuff. We'll let him kind of tell you what he does over here at Murray's.
Yeah, so I do a lot of the designing of our new kits that we're starting to put out for anything from the 1940s Chevys up to some of the new Lincoln and Cadillac for the 1970s era.
So explain what those kits are to the guys that are watching this video that really don't know kind of what the kits you are talking about. I know me and Joel talked about the A-arm kits and stuff for the.
I can show you some components as well.
Yep.
Yeah, so a lot of these kits are for doing an airbag suspension swap, I guess, for the stock suspension. We're also in the middle of doing some work for some coilover suspension kits as well. So it just gives you some different options for replacing your stock suspension on some of these hot rods.
Nice. So this is an example of what Murray's do here. Joel will tell you about, but they've got some extremely nice fabricated parts that they're selling. We'll let Joel tell you a little bit about that and where you can get these things online.
This is our 32 Ford rear shock mount. And this is our hood latch mount. Both of these are sold either as is, which is raw, or we file them down, we needle scale them, we sandblast them, we give them a very nice cast look. That's actually the most popular option on both of these. We sell most of them that way. Some of the other parts we sell a lot of, primarily is our Lincoln kit. These are some of the parts for our 61 to 70 Lincoln Air Ride kit. That kit will lay a car literally on its pinch weld. Like, it'll cut your toes off, it gets so low.
Wow, nice.
Some of these are for our 49 to 54 kit and for our 41 to 48 Chevy kit. This is one of the rear cross members. These are upper control arm mounts. Got our main K member here for the Mustang 2 style suspension. Got eccentrics for adjusting your caster and camber. We've got integrated tow hooks. We actually have a sway bar that comes with this kit, American-made Adco sway bar, so the kits drive extremely well. I know Heath's done well over 120 miles an hour with one of his kits. We offer a rear end housing. These brackets come standard with the kit, but we offer an option where we take one of our Mosier housings, these are also American-made, and we weld our brackets on. And if you look at the welds on this, you can see why most people choose for us to have them welded on. Because there's no way making them on at home is going to look anywhere near what the welds that come on these products does. These are our lower control arms. Unlike some companies that try to use an upper ball joint for articulation, this is a Moog 727 off of a big Imperial or a Dodge van. These things are just about bulletproof. Cold rolled steel, laser cut, CNC broke, and fully TIG welded. And these things are indestructible. Our C-notch, if you're familiar with those cars, this is the profile of the frame rail. When these come together, it gives you that hat channel look that is the stock frame rail. These fit exactly onto the chassis. You weld them in, you cut it out, and you add the bottom plate. It's as easy as that. Our cross members snap into these square laser cut holes. There's no way to put this kit together wrong. Once you get these located, everything snaps together like Lego, and you just weld it in. This is some of the links for the rear 3-link. So we eliminate the leaf springs completely on those cars, and they lay frame.
Nice, very good. Keith Murray from Kustom Rods in Fort Worth, Texas. Heath, thank you so much for allowing us.
Thank you for coming out.
And Adam's coming out and doing some shooting. Man, we just appreciate Joel showing us around. You can find Heath, what's your Instagram?
Murray Custom Rods.
Murray Custom Rods. He's down here in Fort Worth, built some amazing, we've got to see some amazing fabrication today, some amazing cars. Their kits that they build is unbelievable. The welds are unbelievable, and then the sheet metal work is absolutely amazing. So, Heath, thanks so much for letting us come out.
Thank y'all.
All right, we're walking out of the Murray Custom Rods. Cannot say enough good things about these guys. They did nothing but treat us with amazing hospitality. When I tell you these guys have got it going on, I'm for real with it. They are the real deal when it comes to metalwork, and the technology that they're bringing into this hot rod industry is going to be super cool. All the 3D printing and the laser cutting and stuff they're doing. So just want to give a big shout out to Murray Hot Rods, and they y'all come by and see them. They're super friendly. So just thank them again.
Well, thanks again to Adam and Scott for giving us an inside look today at Murray Custom Rods. In a coming soon video, we're going to share some of the products that we use on a daily basis with Adams Polishes. We're not affiliated with Adams Polishes, but we love the products. We're going to share from polishes to ceramic coating, what we use on our own personal vehicles. We've also used R1 coatings. So stay tuned, see the link below. We're going to tag each of these products. So if you'd like to pick up some yourself, you can order directly from the link below. Thanks a lot. Stay tuned for part 2 of Texas.